The following is a paid program. Talk 103.7 WTIP and Cable Channel 7 welcome you into Financially Speaking with Jim Taunton. Find us live on radio, TV, the IBX Media app, and on YouTube. Just search Financially Speaking NC or get the link at WTIPFM.com. The opinions expressed in this show are for general informational purposes only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine what investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial, or tax advisor prior to investing. Securities and investment advisory services are offered through Genoa Wealth Management Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Now, here's your host for Financially Speaking, certified financial advisor, Jim Taunton.
Welcome to Financially Speaking. Jim Taunton here, your host for the next 30 minutes. Glad you joined me. Wouldn't be much of a listener participation program without listeners, would it? And let me apologize for the voice. As you can hear, I've got something going on, and it's bronchitis, basically. Had a cold, turned into bronchitis. I don't really feel that poorly, but this crud is going around. I just numerous people that I've spoken to or been told about that have this crud. But you got to keep going. We ran a replay last week because it was Thanksgiving. That was an excused absence, by the way. And we need to do a live one tonight to share some information with you and take some calls, hopefully. But hopefully I won't cough in your ear. I don't have a kill switch here, per se. I'll try to avoid the microphone if I do. But other than that, we'd love to have a call from you. The number here is 252-561-TALK, 561-8255. Call me with any financially related question or comment. I'd love to talk to you about something that's important to you. Much rather do that than monologue. I do have some good information put together, but much rather talk to you. So call me, 252-561-TALK, 561-8255. And we will get down with this program in about 2 minutes. Talk to you then.
Aiden Golf and Country Club invites you to become a member. Come tour our beautiful clubhouse, ballroom, and facilities. For a quality golf experience, sign up for our discounted special membership rates, low monthly dues with no quarterly food minimum or assessments. Folks love to play golf at Aiden Golf and Country Club. Cool off at the pool all summer. Enjoy excellent food and beverages from the snack bar. Even store your own cart, unless you like to walk. Call 746-3389 for special limited membership rates at the Aiden Golf and Country Club.
My practice has been built on accessibility, responsiveness, and a willingness to be proactive for my clients. I'm not afraid to make recommendations relating to your investments and planning. I do hope all of your financial decisions are good ones, but let's not rely on hope. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Jim has attained 3 professional designations: Certified Financial Planner, Chartered Life Underwriter, and Chartered Financial Consultant, which entails 20 courses of study with examinations and a comprehensive national board exam, administered by the Certified Financial Planning Board. Jim has been practicing in financial services since 1979, which includes investing, planning, and insurance to help you meet your financial goals. Among the many awards Jim has received in his career is his selection to the Guide of the Top Financial Planners by the Consumer Research Council of America. So if you want to work with someone who is working for you, call Jim at 756-4700 or email him at planning@financiallyspeaking.com. That's 756-4700 and planning@financiallyspeaking.com.
Welcome back to Financially Speaking. Jim Taunton here, your host for the next 25 minutes or so. And again, as you can tell, I've got a little event going on called bronchitis. So I'll sound a little congested. Feel pretty good, actually, to be honest with you. And been to the office every day this week, and so it's not debilitating, but I know a lot of people have it worse than I do. So I hope you don't have the crud, and if you do, I hope you get over it quick. The number again, 252-561-TALK, 561-8255. Call me with your financially related question or comment. If you do, as always, your name goes into the drawing for the dinner for two at Tavola. I'll even pay the tip. Just a super place to eat. I ate there for lunch, I believe a Tuesday, had the seafood bisque, and I'm telling you, that seafood bisque will make your tongue slap your brain. It is something. They also have some great chicken corn chowder, but my favorite is the seafood bisque because I love seafood anyway. But they have a large menu, lunch or dinner. So if you go there because you heard on the program, tell somebody, if you will. I'd appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to wait for some callers, but we do have some information to start disseminating, which is what I'll do right now. Bank of America sees the S&P 500 rising to 5,000 next year. That is a significant rise in the stock market. They are extremely bullish. I've actually shared more than one article referencing Bank of America analysts and what they're saying. So they're looking at a 10% upside through sometime next year. Let me take a look here, make sure I didn't just see something from the producer. No, I did not. Okay. So Bank of America, they're a pretty big financial firm, and they have pretty good analysts, and they're normally rather conservative, to be honest with you. And they're saying, 10% through next year, and I really agree with them. And I think we're going to be up significantly from now till December 31st. Market was up. The market represented by the Dow, Jones Industrial Average, was up over 500 points today. NASDAQ was down, however, so technologies did not participate in this big rally today, but the overall market did. S&P was up significantly as well, S&P 500. So I would say that your 401k account will be up tomorrow morning from where it was today. I'll predict that. And you individual investors, your mutual fund balances will be higher if you check it tomorrow morning than it was today. So that's a good thing. They're bullish not because they're expecting a Fed cut in rates, but because of what the Fed has accomplished. And what has the Fed accomplished? Well, they've raised rates, near 5%, but they're looking at a soft landing. So they don't believe we're going to have recession, but they are believing that inflation is going to continue to come down. Matter of fact, the next report, we may see that thing. We may break below 3% on that next report, and that would be a significant number for investors, I believe. So that would be extremely bullish. So let's hope that happens. Now, let me remind you, too, that this program, we're live on radio, 103.7 FM, but we're also live on our YouTube channel, Financially Speaking NC. So if you go to YouTube, go to the search bar, put in Financially Speaking NC, and you'll find the channel. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I only have 42 subscribers so far, but if you subscribe, what that does is it allows you to receive the notifications each week when I'm going on air, and you just click on that notification. It'll go straight to the YouTube channel, and you can watch the radio program being produced. You don't have to watch it, actually. Just put the sound on and listen to it. That way you don't have to see me. And that might be a good thing after all. So need some more subscribers. So Financially Speaking NC on YouTube. And remember to call with your questions. Numbers 252-561-TALK, 561-8255. All right, I wanted to share some information with you about Medicare and also the Affordable Care Act as it relates to income. And I've shared with you on this program many times that much of what I talk about on the program, the fodder for that comes from actual conversations with clients during the week. And this is no different. I've had several conversations with clients about the Affordable Care Act and what their premium is costing them for that based on the income that they've achieved for that year. And also the Medicare premium that you pay is income based. I am acutely aware of that fact. Acutely aware of that fact. Because, my wife and I are still actively employed. I love what I do. I don't know if I'll ever quit until they roll me out of there. But my income is still above the maximum allowable by Medicare. And so I'm paying the most you can for Medicare right now. And it's significant. I had a huge increase in my health care cost when I went on Medicare. I was paying much less. So I don't like it, but you got to do it. So we did it. And there's a calculation that's done. There's an AGI limit. Matter of fact, let me share that with you. For Medicare, if a married couple is earning $194,000 to $246,000, I believe is what this is telling me, your premium is going to be $230.80. If it's $97,000 or less, $164.90. $246,306, your premium goes to $329. If you're above $306,000 to $366,000, your premium will go to the maximum of $428.60 per month per individual, which is pretty high. But if you're making that kind of money, you probably can afford that premium. But that is, again, much higher than I was paying prior. So the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, I believe the maximum is around $88,000 before you're paying the maximum amount. And it's graded up just like this. There are brackets. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what, I've got a computer right here in front of me. I'm going to see if I can find the AGI brackets for Obamacare. And let's see. I'm looking. I don't really see it right offhand, and I don't want to spend a lot of time with dead air here. So anyway, your premium that you pay Obamacare is adjusted for your income, and it can be significant. It can be significant. Now, of course, you'd be on Obamacare prior to age 65, and at 65 you go to Medicare. And again, both are adjusted for income, based on your income. So why am I telling you this? Because the conversations I've had with clients is how to not have income, and still live and pay your living expenses. And there are some things that can be done. And first of all, if you are receiving income from an annuity, if you're making withdrawals systematically from an annuity, they are treated as income, ordinary income, and that will exacerbate the problem with the premiums that you're paying for ACA or Medicare. However, if you annuitize your annuity, then part of the income that you receive is return of your basis, cost basis, which is not taxable, not added into AGI. Part of it is income, which will be added to your AGI. But that gives you a little bit of a break in the amount of income you're receiving. Now, Jim, what's the difference between a withdrawal plan and annuitization? Now, for the most part, I don't like annuitization. I don't use it in my practice very often unless we are doing some planning like this and trying to reduce somebody's AGI for some reason. Well, the withdrawal plan simply says that we're going to withdraw money on a systematic basis, typically monthly, from an annuity, but your lump sum is still in the annuity and invested and is still yours. So if in the future you wanted to make a lump sum withdrawal, a total withdrawal, close the account, they'll write you a check for whatever the balance is in that annuity after any surrender charges, of course, have gone away. So the money's still yours. Or if you die, that money is paid to your beneficiary, so it's still available for inheritance purposes. That's a good thing. That's why I like withdrawal plans much better than annuitization typically. Annuitization says this: I want to take my lump sum and give it to the insurance company, and I want to receive an income from the insurance company for the rest of my life. And you can actually have a survivor option as well, and possibly for the rest of my spouse's life as well, if you want to protect her or him, for that matter. So your lump sum's gone in that case. You've given up your lump sum. Typically, with annuitization, the income is a little bit higher than withdrawal plan because you are having part of your principal paid out over your expected life expectancy as well. So you have to crunch the numbers to see if it's worth going the annuitization route to get the income reduced and save money on your premium for either Obamacare or if you're on Medicare, the same thing. So there's some planning that needs to be done there, some discussions need to be had, calculations that need to be done. And that's what I do with clients. And if you haven't had this sort of discussion with your advisor, I'd love to have it with you, and we can talk without any cost or obligation on your part to see if I can be of service to you in some area. If not this area, maybe some other area. So give me a call sometime. Let me give you my contact information. I like to do that a time or two during the program anyway, for not for anyone in particular, but anyone that's listening that might like to call me. My number at the office is 252-756-4700. 252-756-46. Yeah, this bug's got me. 252-756-4700. 4700. Also, my email is jim@jtauntonfinancial.com. So my name, Jim, at letter J, last name Taunton, TAUNTON, financial.com. And my website is jtauntonfinancial.com. And you get on there and tool around and find everything you need to know about me or my firm. And there's actually an inquiry page also if you want to send an inquiry in. Hopefully, if the technology is working, it comes to me by email and I will respond to you that way. But give me a call. I'd love to talk to you. There's so many things that we can discuss, that could be beneficial to you. So let's see. Let me make sure. Oh, yeah. I also wanted to mention that the sale of stock or mutual fund, the gain that you might generate by the selling of a stock or mutual fund that you've held for a while, that's also included in the AGI calculation. So there's some planning there too. You want to make sure that you don't inadvertently put yourself in a situation where the whole next year you're going to pay a much higher premium for Obamacare or Medicare. Just be aware. Just know what you're doing. Make sure your advisor is watching those things. But if you call your advisor one day and say, all right, I'll sell this stock for me. Well, he's going to probably do that without thinking because he wants to follow your orders. And let's say it's a stock with a $100,000 gain on it. Well, you've probably then put yourself in a position where your premium for Obamacare or Medicare is going to be much higher for the following year, following 12 months. The calculation's done based on the last year's income. So it's done one time, and then they adjust the premium, and it's not adjusted back down until the following year. So you've locked yourself in there. So just make sure that that you discuss it with your advisor, before you do something like that. All right, we are well through the midpoint of the program, and it's just strange right now to look at my watch, look at 6:21, and we're 2/3 of the way through. And I started the program for 30 years at 6:30. And it's just strange right now. But I've had actually comments from multiple individuals that they are actually able to hear the program, listen to it now that it's at 6 o'clock, better than it when it was at 6:30. Now, there's probably some other people that probably would never say anything, but can't listen to it now because I'm starting a half hour earlier. But anyway, we'll see what happens. See if the results are any better at 6. But I hope you're able to continue to watch it or listen to it. All right, let's go to a 2-minute break, and I'll be right back. Call me during this break. 252-561-TALK. 561-8255. Call me. You'll be put on hold. Give the producer your number so you're in the drawing for the dinner for two in Atavola. And I'll take your call first when we come back.
Aiden Golf and Country Club invites you to become a member. Come tour our beautiful clubhouse, ballroom, and facilities. For a quality golf experience, sign up for our discounted special membership rates. Low monthly dues with no quarterly food minimum or assessments. Folks love to play golf at Aiden Golf and Country Club. Cool off at the pool all summer. Enjoy excellent food and beverages from the snack bar. Even store your own cart, unless you like to walk. Call 746-3389 for special limited membership rates at the Aiden Golf and Country Club.
My practice has been built on accessibility, responsiveness, and a willingness to be proactive for my clients. I'm not afraid to make recommendations relating to your investments and planning. I do hope all of your financial decisions are good ones, but let's not rely on hope. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Jim has attained 3 professional designations: Certified Financial Planner, Chartered Life Underwriter, and Chartered Financial Consultant, which entails 20 courses of study with examinations and a comprehensive national board exam, administered by the Certified Financial Planning Board. Jim has been practicing in financial services since 1979, which includes investing, planning, and insurance to help you meet your financial goals. Among the many awards Jim has received in his career is his selection to the Guide of the Top Financial Planners by the Consumer Research Council of America. So if you want to work with someone who is working for you, call Jim at 756-4700 or email him at planning@financiallyspeaking.com. That's 756-4700 and planning@financiallyspeaking.com.
I'm back. No text from the producer, so I would assume we don't have a caller. That is a sad state of affairs, folks. Number is 561-TALK, 561-8255. We may have time for one if they call right now. Other than that, we're getting close to being out of time. Jim, what's going to happen in the markets? Well, Jim believes that we're going up. I believe we're going up. Believe we'll be up. We'll be higher December 31st than we are now. and I believe that next year will be a positive year for the market. So it's certainly not a time to run for the hills. Now, all that being said, if we have an event in the world that we can't foresee, and there are very few world events, global happenings that we can foresee and plan for. But if something happens and all bets are off, we just no way to plan for that kind of thing. But barring that, let's hope that the Ukraine war ends with Ukrainian victory sooner rather than later. And let's hope that Israel is able to eliminate Hamas quickly without too many deaths on their side of the line. And then they can start piecing things together and seeing how that's going to continue. It's just not a good situation over there. It's not. And I'm not smart enough to figure it out. And the man that just died probably was, but nobody would listen to him. And that was Henry Kissinger, 100 years old. And he became well-known and a powerful man in the lunatic fringe religious circles. They were calling him the Antichrist. They thought he was the Antichrist because he was a peacemaker and he had answers, but he obviously was not. And because he is gone now. But brilliant individual. We need some level heads and some very smart heads to come together and try to piece together something that might work, at least in the midterm, for the Middle East. And let me remind you too that since I'm on YouTube right now, you could go to it now, Financially Speaking NC, and see exactly what I'm doing. And there's a chat box on that, and you can actually put in a question if you're too embarrassed or too timid to come on the program live on a phone call. Then you can go to that Financially Speaking NC on YouTube and go to the chat, actually type in a question, and I'll see it. I got my phone up right now. I'm looking at it just in case. So that's another way to present a question to me, and I'll be glad to answer that one on the air as well. You can also email me a question during the week, and I'll be glad to answer those on the program also. Or you could send me a suggestion for a topic that you'd like to hear me discuss on the program. After 30 years, I've talked about any and all things financial, I'm sure, at some point or another. But there's always something out there that someone really wants to hear about, and I might not get to it. So send me an email at jim@jtauntonfinancial.com and say, look, I'd love to hear you talk about this on the program. And, I'll be glad to do that and be glad to chat with you individually about it as well. I'll respond to your email maybe with some information about what you want to hear about, but I will talk about it on the program. No doubt about it. So just continue to stay tuned. I appreciate that very much. And as long as I've got some listeners, I'll probably keep doing this also, just like I want to keep working until I drop dead, I imagine. As long as I'm physically and mentally able, I will continue probably to do the program just because it's become a part of me now. And I enjoy teaching. I do enjoy imparting some information and knowledge to people. All right, I've got some music in my ear. It means I'm out of time. Hopefully next week I won't sound like this. For goodness sake, I'm hearing myself in my monitors here, man, they're monitors, and it sounds awful. I apologize. Nothing I can do about it. So as always, this is Jim Taunton helping you make all of your financial decisions good ones. Good night, everybody.